Howdy, I'm Bob Terry.
And I'm Johnny Terry.
And welcome to another free episode of the Roy Rogers television show, starring Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers had a list of Rider Club rules, and number 7 was...
Be kind to animals and take care of them.
And everybody knows that Roy Rogers took care of Trigger and Bullet, and he was very kind to them.
Thank you all for joining us here. We hope you'll stop by ToyGuntown.com after you watch the video here, and we also hope that you'll subscribe to our channel here, Wild West Toys 1, here on YouTube. But before you do any of that, here comes Roy.
The Roy Rogers Show, starring Roy Rogers, King of the Cowboys, Trigger, his golden Palomino, and Dale Evans, Queen of the West, with Pat Brady, his comical sidekick, and Roy's wonder dog, Bullet.
Well, Riders, Trigger here is raring to go, so let's get started with today's story.
But I tell you, we gotta ship that stock right away. Now, we need the money.
Why do we need money? We've got a nice balance in our ledgers.
Oh, that could be wiped out overnight.
Now listen to me, Bill. You're hiding something from me. Now what's the truth of the matter? Have you been doctoring those books again?
Are you accusing me of stealing?
Well, not exactly, but it wouldn't be the first time you pulled a fast one.
I'll pull a fast one, all right.
Of all the cold-blooded murders.
That's right. And it's too bad you were around to see it.
Give me that gun.
Not so fast, Sonny.
What happened to Zach?
Get the deputy. Tom just shot him.
Why, you dirty, lying little...
Shut up! Or you'll get the same as Zach got.
Did you get them off?
Yeah, they were over near the pasture.
Good.
When the sheriff say he'd be back?
He didn't say. He went up to Paradise Valley. Hey, that's the deputy sheriff and Bill Eaton chasing Tom Larrabee.
Yeah, and it looks like Tom's got himself into some trouble.
They'll never catch Tom. He knows this country like he knows his own saddle.
Well, what are you grinning about? Tom's a fugitive, or Jake wouldn't be after him.
Yeah, I never did like Bill Eaton and that hair-trigger temper of his. What are you grinning about?
I never did like him either.
What do you say we go see what it's all about?
That's a deal.
Let's split up. Maybe we can find it.
I'll be doggone. I wonder where he could have got to. Well, he can't be far. Let's keep looking.
Saw something?
Yeah, a murderer.
A murderer?
That's right, Miss Evans. Tom Larrabee.
Oh, I don't believe it.
He just murdered Zachary. You sure? Tom never seemed like the killer type to me.
You see this? You recognize the initials carved on it?
Yeah. Well, it could be Tom.
Well, that's the gun that did it. We're taking it into town for evidence.
I can't understand him going berserk like this. What happened?
Well, Zach bawled Tom out for neglecting his fence riding. All of a sudden, Tom loses his temper, pulls his gun, and shoots Zach right through the heart. Well, then I grabbed his gun and held him until Jake got here.
Let's get back to Mineral City and form a posse. Tom can't get far handcuffed.
That's a good idea.
Bullet. Go find him. Okay, Tom, you can come out now.
You and Bullet think you're pretty smart, don't you?
No, but we kind of outsmarted Bill and Jake.
What happened? Bill Eaton killed Zachary with my gun. Now he's trying to pin it on me.
He's got your gun, and he can make it pretty rough on you.
I know. It's my word against his. Couldn't have happened at a worse time.
What do you mean?
My girl Ellen, she's getting into town today. We're going to get married.
Don't worry, Tom. If she loves you, she won't believe you're a killer.
But that uncle of hers, he'll make her think different. He keeps telling her I'm no good. Help me get these off, Roy, and square myself.
I'll help you, Tom, but you'll have to do as I say.
What's that?
You'll have to give yourself up.
Give myself up?
It's the only way, Tom. While you're in jail waiting trial, it'll give me a chance to do some scouting around.
Roy's right, Tom. If you run away, you'll only get yourself in deeper.
But what about Ellen?
I'll talk to her.
Well, okay. But I still don't like it. That Bill Eaton's pretty smart. He'll get me hung yet.
Not if you're innocent. Come on, let's go back to town. Come on, Bullet.
Don't worry about Ellen, Tom. I'll take care of her.
Thanks, Dale.
I tell you, Sheriff, it was a plain case of cold-blooded murder.
Wait a minute, Bill. Well, Roy, where'd you find him?
Tom decided to give himself up, Sheriff.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, we was just organizing a posse.
Looks bad for you, Tom, running away like that.
That's what Dale said. That's why I gave myself up to Roy here.
Listen, Sheriff, I didn't kill Zach. Bill Eaton here killed him, and now he's trying to frame me.
Boy, you sniveling liar. There ain't a crook inside a prison doesn't claim he was framed.
Wait a minute. Pipe down, both of you. Tom, I'm holding you for the murder of John Zachary till court convenes next week. Jake, put him in a cell.
I've got one just his size. Well, here we are. I told you that no-good saddle tramp wouldn't be here to meet us. I don't understand what you see in that cowboy.
He's the man I'm going to marry.
I haven't given my consent, my dear. And I never will.
I'm over 21.
If I didn't have business here in Mineral City, I'd never have brought you here.
Then I'd have come myself. You're Ellen Kelsey, aren't you? That's right. I'm Dale Evans. Tom Larrabee asked me to meet you. Well, nothing's happened to him. No. I tell you, let's have a cup of coffee, shall we? I'd like to talk with you.
Well, is he sick or?
Oh, he's in fine health. Pat, will you take Miss Kelsey's bag to the restaurant? I'll meet you over there.
Hey. You with the high heels and the low forehead. Take my bag, too.
What's the matter with you, mister? Your arm broke?
The young lady's with me. Miss Kelsey's my niece.
Well, I'll bet she's about as happy with that as a woodpecker is with a sore bill.
Well, that's the story, miss. Tom says he was framed, and Bill says he wasn't. I guess it'll be up to the court to decide.
Framed? Why, there isn't a crook in prison that doesn't claim he's framed.
Sounds kind of familiar, Mr. Kelsey. Bill Eaton said the same thing. You don't happen to know him, do you?
As a matter of fact, I do. I came out here to talk business with him.
Dale, will they let me see Tom?
Of course they will, honey.
I'll never believe that Tom is guilty. He's always been kind and honest.
I told you Tom was no good.
I've just got to see him.
Well, I want no part of him. I'll wait for you here.
Well, it's about time you got here.
Getting that money wasn't easy.
Well, what's the dope?
It's all settled. I take over the ranch only...
Only what?
Only I get a bigger end of the profit.
Why?
Because I'm fixing things so there won't be any trouble.
What do you mean?
I understand Zach is dead.
Yeah, he's murdered by one of our hands.
That makes it easier for you to sell, doesn't it?
What are you driving at?
Take it easy, Bill. Take it easy. I'm only stating facts. A survivor in a partnership like this gets the whole business. That means a double profit for you. So I want a bigger cut.
Okay, but first I want to see the color of the money.
That'll come. But I want to see the legal papers and the deed. Then we'll settle the price.
They're at the ranch. You'll have to come out there.
Okay.
You do believe me, don't you?
Of course I believe you, Tom.
Now, if we can just convince them.
I think Roy Rogers is on your side.
I know he is. He'll get me out of this. He promised to help.
I hope he can.
Roy will do it all right. Before you know it, Bill Eaton will be in jail instead of me.
Whoa, take it easy. What's the hurry? Know what I just heard over at the bank?
What?
Bill Eaton selling his ranch to that gal's uncle.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, seems kind of funny he'd sell out right after his partner gets killed.
Well, maybe Bill didn't want to run the ranch alone.
Maybe he just wants to grab a chunk of money and clear out.
Come to think of it, Zach didn't have any heirs. That'd leave the ranch free and clear to Eaton.
Mighty convenient, ain't it?
What do you say we ride out and have a talk with Mr. Eaton?
Right.
They didn't know I was listening. But I heard Tom say Roy Rogers was going to get after you and put you behind bars.
That Rogers. Always sticking his nose in other people's business. You get back to town, Jake. I'll handle Rogers.
Why are you so worried about Rogers, Bill? You didn't kill Zach yourself, did you?
Suppose I did. Nobody can prove it. He was shot with Tom's gun, and that's what'll stand up in court.
Will it? Suppose Rogers comes snooping around.
Suppose he does. He can't find anything.
Now, wait a minute. Don't be so darn stubborn. We've got a lot of cash at stake, and we can't take chances.
I reckon we can't. We'd better get back into town and take care of Rogers.
That suits me. Because if Rogers gets Tom free, he's going to marry my niece. I don't want that to happen.
Why not? Is it her money you're using to buy me out?
Maybe.
And it looks like we're in this together. I don't carry a gun, but I see you're well heeled. I'll get my rifle.
I just saw Rogers and Brady heading this way.
You get back to town. We'll handle Rogers. This is a good spot. They gotta come through here.
Okay.
I wish I knew.
Can't get at him now. Better get out of here.
Okay, you're on. I'll cover you.
We almost got it. Hit and run, huh? Did you get a look at them lizard herders?
No, by the time I got up there, they were gone. You might as well keep going to the Easy Ranch.
Well, howdy, Roy.
Hi, Bill.
Hello there, Pat. You two fellas know Martin Kelsey, don't you?
Sure, we've met.
Anything wrong?
Yes, plenty. Somebody tried to ambush us on our way out here.
Ambushed?
Say, that's too bad, fellas. Did you see who did it?
No. You didn't happen to see any strangers around your ranch here, did you?
No.
Mighty funny how they disappeared so quick.
You fellas don't think we had anything to do with that ambush, do you? Take a look at that.
Well, this hasn't been shot. And Bill, you don't carry a gun.
That's right.
One of those bushwhackers was carrying a rifle. You got a rifle?
It's only a hunting rifle. I haven't used it since last fall. Oh, maybe you fellas would like to examine that, too.
That might not be a bad idea.
Look, I don't like you two busting in here this way and acting like we done the bushwhacking.
Now, take it easy, Bill.
Well, I don't know what you two want here, but I'm sure it ain't a friendly visit, so why don't you get going?
Now, listen to me, Bill. Tom was a friend of mine.
Oh, well, if you're a friend of that sneaking, murdering saddle tramp, you're no friend of mine, so get out of here. You didn't have those guns on. Get out of here, both of you.
Better be under the same rock with a rattler.
Come on, Pat, let's get out of here. We'll come back when everybody's a little more level-headed.
How about my gun?
If you'd been more my age, I'd have taken him apart like $1 one.
Shouldn't have lost your temper like that, Bill. You gave yourself away when you snatched that gun out of my holster.
So what?
Isn't that the way Zach was killed?
I'll tell you one thing, Martin. Them two fellas just signed their own death warrant.
You seem to be doing some pretty heavy thinking, Roy.
I am, Dale. I'm thinking that Bill Eaton gave himself away when he snatched Martin's gun. Maybe Zach was killed that way.
Yeah, but thinking and proving are two different things.
Well, I think we ought to have a look at that hunting rifle of Bill's.
Yeah, maybe we can find a six-shooter that's been fired recently.
Let's go out and have a look at that ranch.
Okay. And if Bill Eaton gets in my way, I'll hit him so hard it'll jar his kinfolks in their doghouses.
No, you don't. You're staying here and looking after that jaw. Bullet, watch after Pat.
Wait a minute, Roy. Here comes Martin. I wonder what he wants.
Howdy.
All right.
My niece inside?
I guess so.
Thanks.
Bill's alone with his ranch. We couldn't have picked a better time.
Let's go.
Why won't you move out to the ranch?
Because I want to stay here.
I suppose it's because you can visit Tom in jail.
Yes, for one thing. And for another thing, I like it here.
Now listen, Ellen. There's no reason for our being angry with each other. I'm the only kin you've got.
Then please try and understand, Uncle Martin.
Oh, how's your jaw?
Oh, it don't bother me enough to keep it from wagging at the right time.
Is he asleep?
Yeah.
Come on outside. I want to talk to you. Jake, you got to frame it so Tom escapes. Things are getting too hot for us.
How's Tom's escaping going to help matters?
He won't escape far without a bullet in his back.
Oh, no. I ain't killing nobody.
You just get him out of jail. Bill and I'll do the rest. Tell him a necktie party's coming after him. You're giving him a break.
Okay, but what about the sheriff?
Have Tom tie you up, but be sure that it looks good.
I can't see anyone in there, Dale. We'll take it easy.
This one's been fired. It hasn't been reloaded yet.
Hey, this door's locked. Maybe the rifle's in here.
Let's search the desk for a key.
There's one.
Try it.
I thought I heard something. What are you two doing here? Stay away from that door. I'll have the law on both of you for breaking and entering. Put that rifle back.
This rifle's been fired, too.
While you're calling the law, you might tell them what you use these guns for.
That's not my gun. That belongs to Martin.
How about the rifle?
Well, that's mine, but I used it on a jackrabbit this afternoon.
I thought you said you hadn't been hunting since last fall. You never carry a gun, yet here's a six-shooter and a rifle that's both been fired recently.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
We're taking these along to the sheriff. Come on, Dale.
Well, go ahead. I'll tell him how you broke into my house.
Jake!
Who did this, Jake? Tom Larrabee. Who do you think? I was going to give him his supper, and he knocked me out with that stool.
Funny he didn't take your gun.
Yeah, ain't it? Well, I'd better hurry up and tell the sheriff so he can form a posse.
You just better take it easy. You've been knocked out. Dale, will you run over to the sheriff's house and bring him back here pronto?
I sure will.
Where do you think you're going, Bill?
I'm getting out of here. Rogers found those guns. He's taken them to the sheriff.
Take it easy, Bill. I got things fixed. The sheriff's going to be plenty busy tonight. I had Jake let Tom out.
What? Why did you do that?
Well, I'm figuring he'll come here for a showdown. Then we'll take care of him for good.
Yeah, that's right. There's no law against shooting an escaping prisoner. And while we're waiting, you can pay me up my money.
Okay with me.
I can't understand how he hit you with that stool. What did you do? Walk into the cell with your eyes closed?
He didn't hit him, Sheriff. There's no mark on him. Besides, why didn't Tom take his gun?
Well, he took my horse.
George, you're right, Roy. There's something fishy about this.
I think you're in cahoots with Eaton and you let Tom go.
Why would I do a fool thing like that?
Because you knew he'd go straight to the EZ Ranch. Bill and Martin are probably there waiting for him right now.
No!
All right. Now you can stay right here until we get this thing straightened out.
Let's get out to the EZ Ranch. We haven't any time to lose.
And when things blow over, you'll get the rest of your money.
Nothing doing. I want all my money now.
I thought you were more interested in saving your skin.
If you think you're going to blackmail me, you better not try it.
You're not in a position to tell me what to do.
Oh, no? Hold it, Bill. It's okay with me, only keep that wildcat off me.
I thought you didn't carry a gun, Bill.
Well, that gun's not mine. It belongs to Martin. Tom rushed in here and grabbed Martin's gun and killed him. And I took the gun away from Tom in self-defense.
That's a lie. Bill pulled the same trick on Martin that he did on Zach. I saw it all from the window here.
You're in no position to testify about anything, Tom. You broke jail, and I'm taking you back there to get the truth of this matter.
Now's the time, Pat. Get Bill sore. Hurry up.
Huh?
Get him sore enough, and we'll settle this thing right here and now.
I know what you mean, but why do I always have to be the guinea pig? Listen, that story you told is as phony as a jackass carrying a powder puff.
Shut up! This is none of your concern.
You killed Martin. Not only that, you killed Zach in cold blood. You know jail ain't good enough for you. You ought to be tarred and feathered and rid out of town on a rail, and then left there hanging at the highest pine tree in the country to poison the buzzard.
There you are, Sheriff. That's the way he does it.
Yes, he doesn't carry a gun himself, but he's mighty spry about grabbing one out of someone else's holster.
So that's the gag, huh? Well, you hung yourself that time. Tom, I got a better place for these cuffs.
Did you have to wait so long to shoot?
Well, I had to give him a chance to grab your gun.
Well, sure. Otherwise, the experiment wouldn't have worked.
Well, the next time you're experimenting, why don't you do it with something safe, like dynamite?
Roy and Dale, I'd like to thank you for believing in me.
Well, it isn't hard to believe in someone that's always done right.
That's right, Tom. A person's got to have faith in someone he knows to be good.
Thanks, Roy.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Happy trails to you till we meet again.
We would like to thank you for joining us for the Roy Rogers Show.
We appreciate you. If you enjoyed the Roy Rogers Show, starring Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, subscribe to our channel because we aim to bring you lots of fantastic free westerns.
Happy trails, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.
Here's another episode of the Roy Rogers television show, starring Roy Rogers and Dale Evans and Trigger and Bullet and Buttermilk and Pat Brady and Nellie Bell. Enjoy, because it's brought to you free on the internet by Wild West Toys. And you can shop with Wild West Toys online at www.toyguntown.com. Here comes Roy.
The Roy Rogers Show, starring Roy Rogers, King of the Cowboys, Trigger, his golden palomino, and Dale Evans, Queen of the West, with Pat Brady, his comical sidekick, and Roy's wonder dog, Bullet.
Well, riders, Trigger here is raring to go, so let's get started with today's story.
Here she comes. Let's move over here where we can watch her till she leaves town.
Say, Roy, did you ever see this little trick?
No.
This is a little exercise that shows the hand is quicker than the eye. Now watch. Dale, try to find the black-eyed pea.
Like this?
Easy, ain't it? Now you try, Roy.
Like this?
That's easier than falling off a log. Now, would anybody like to make a little wager, say 50 cents?
Now, you know I don't gamble, Pat.
I don't either.
All right, then I'll bet for both of you. Now here we go. Now pick. You first, Dale. But remember, if you don't find the black-eyed pea, the 4 bits is mine.
There it is.
There it is. We get the 4 bits, Dale.
Well, I'll be frightened snake oil if this isn't a swindle. How come there's 3 black-eyed peas there when I only started with 1?
Well, now, we had black-eyed peas for lunch. That give you any ideas?
Here, Pat, you better stick with this. Maybe you can prove that the hand is quicker than the fly.
Pardon me. Can anyone tell me when the next stage leaves for Red Dog?
You did say Red Dog, miss?
That's what I said.
There must be some mistake.
You can't mean Red Dog.
Well, I hoped I'd made myself clear. I do want to go to Red Dog.
Honey, would you mind telling me why you want to go there?
I'll have you know that my father is the mayor of Red Dog.
Oh, I know there's some mistake. You sit down and have a cup of coffee. Let's talk this over.
But I'm in a hurry.
There's no transportation to Red Dog.
No transportation? But my father wrote and told me to come to Red Dog at once. I came all the way from Connecticut. Here, read this.
I want you to come out to Red Dog and take care of my house. I'll need a hostess now that I'm mayor.
Excuse me, miss, but isn't your dad a mite,
My father is a graduate mining engineer, a brilliant man.
Honey, Red Dog has been a ghost town for 50 years, ever since they worked out the gold deposit.
Sure, there's nothing there but broken down buildings and abandoned mines.
I can't believe it. Why would my father write and tell me to leave a good position and come all the way out here?
Listen, we'll take you out to Red Dog and let you see for yourself. Have a cup of coffee while I go change.
You know, Dale, that father of hers must be a strange one.
Yeah. Imagine him getting her to leave a fine home to come out here and live in a ghost town.
I feel sorry for her.
Well, so do I. She seems to be a pretty sweet girl underneath that highfalutin manner.
Yeah. Hey, Pat, you take the lead and we'll follow.
Now, some people like horses. But me, I like Nellie Bell. She can do anything a horse can do, only faster and better. Why, she even talks back to me. Isn't that right, Nellie Bell? See what I mean? She talks back to me every time. What's that? Be careful, Pat.
What happened, Mr. Brady?
I don't know. Someone's using us for target practice.
Where are they shooting from?
From those big rocks on the left. There's two of them, and one of them's got a rifle.
That ought to discourage him from going any farther.
Yeah? Well, you don't know Rogers like I do. Only one way to discourage him, and that's make it permanent.
What I aim to do.
Do you recognize him?
No, but I'm going to get a closer look. You keep him busy.
Keep that pretty head down or you lose it quicker than it takes a passenger train to pass up a hobo. Get out of here. They're coming at us from both sides.
Go ahead. I'll cover you.
Looks like Roy kind of flushed them out of their roost.
Maybe you got a good look at them anyway. Who were they, Roy?
I don't know. I didn't get close enough to them.
Looks to me like they didn't want us to get to Red Dog.
Well, they're not going to get their wish. Come on, Pat, let's go.
Hot Dog. Now we continue on our way to Red Dog. Get it? Red Dog. Hot Dog.
You are now entering the town of Red Dog.
This sign's brand new.
Yeah, the paint's hardly dry on it.
Let's ride on into town, but keep a sharp lookout.
land?
Well, it's just like we told you. This is a ghost town. There ain't a soul living here.
But what's happened to my father? You don't think he's been...
Hey, folks.
Father!
Betty! Well, well.
Oh, Dad, are you all right?
Why, of course I'm all right. My girl, it's good to see you. Folks, I bid you welcome. My name's Peter Arnold, and I'm mayor of this town.
How do you do, Your Honor? This is Dale Evans.
I do, sir.
I'm delighted to know you.
Pat Brady.
How are you?
Howdy.
And I'm Roy Rogers.
How do you do?
Dad, we were ambushed on our way here.
Ambushed? I reckon it's those outlaws that have been causing me trouble.
If it weren't for these people...
Well, thank you for taking care of my little girl. Now, how about all of us adjourning to the city hall?
Fine. Pat, take care of the horses, will you?
City Hall? I tell you, Betty, it's mighty good to have you back. Say, take a look at that sign. I painted it myself.
Looks like you've been pretty busy with the paintbrush.
Well, you take a look inside. After you, ladies. Roy? Well, how do you like it, folks?
Well, I think it's the handsomest city hall in the whole Paradise Valley.
Well, I should say, but it does need a woman's touch. Good thing you sent for Betty.
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. The living quarters are upstairs. 4 rooms and a Franklin stove. How do you like it, daughter?
Why, I think it's fine, Father.
Then how about fixing us some tea and sandwiches? You'll find the grub in the kitchen upstairs.
All right.
Good, I'll help you. I'll take that, Pat.
Tell me about the ambush, Roy.
I wish I knew more about it myself, Mayor. You see, the bushwhackers got away before we got a good look at them. You having trouble here?
Yes, but I reckon I can handle it myself. What are you doing, Pat?
There's a little black-eyed pea under one of these shells, Your Honor. Try picking one.
Well, I don't know that gambling's legal in the city hall, but as chief of police as well as mayor, I'll overlook it this time.
It's easy, ain't it?
Now, wait a minute, Pat. Fun's fun, but the mayor may have something more important to tend to.
Frankly, this game fascinates me. Let me see if I can do it again.
All right, just one moment.
Hey, this is fun. I'll bet I could pick that little black pea every time.
Would you like to make a little bet?
Now, Pat, never mind, Roy. We'll make just a small wager, say $10.
$10?
Well, 5 then.
Well, that's better.
Easy shooting fish in a barrel.
You better practice a little.
I just don't think I got the hang of this yet.
Yes, I guess everyone down at the claims office thought I was crazy when I filed to homestead this land. They said all I'd find was a lot of desert and a ghost town. Well, that suits me all right.
I bet you found a gold deposit.
Maybe I did and maybe I didn't. I'm not talking. But I guarantee this property will be worth a mint before long.
Well, you're the mining engineer. You ought to know.
Well, I guess we better be heading back to Mineral City.
Yeah, I don't like to keep Nellie Bell out too late. She gets a little hard to start in the dark.
Oh, sorry you have to go, folks. And thanks again for taking care of my little girl.
Anytime you get lonely, Betty, you come in and have dinner with us, huh? Thank you.
Be a pleasure to see you anytime, Mayor. You know, Mayor, I'm worried about you folks. Those bushwhackers weren't fooling. Maybe they know there's a mint in this property, too.
Don't worry, Roy. I've got plenty of firearms and ammunition.
Thanks again, folks. Well, thank you for your hospitality.
Bye.
Come on, get up there. Come on. That's a good boy. Sit. Sit. Yes, sir. No use practicing this game unless I have somebody to pick out the black-eyed pea. So, how about it, Bullet? Suppose you pick the shell that has the black-eyed pea on it, huh? Come on. Well, mustard and custard. I can't even beat a dumb animal. Oh, I'm sorry, Bullet. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Honest, I didn't.
Oh, Roy, here comes Betty and her father. Dale!
afraid something like this would happen. Dale, you better notify the sheriff. We'll see that he gets to the doc's office.
Right, Roy.
How you feeling?
Well, I got it in the shoulder. It's a good thing that Betty knew her first aid, or I'd have bled to death. Those low-down, sneaking rattlers ambushing me.
Now, take it easy, Mayor. Let's have the doc take a look at that shoulder.
What do you figure's behind all this, Roy?
I don't know, Sheriff. The mayor doesn't say much. He just claims the property's valuable. You know, he's a mining engineer. Maybe he discovered a new lode.
That's what he must have done. Otherwise, the outlaws wouldn't be trying to chase him away.
Sheriff Blodgett? Yes? I'm looking for a little information.
Well, what can I do for you?
My name is John Parrish, and I represent the railroad. I'm trying to find the legal owner of that ghost town Red Dog.
Well, that's mighty interesting. This here's Roy Rogers, Mr. Parrish.
How do you do, sir?
How do you do? What's the railroad want with Red Dog?
We're figuring on running a spur there. We want to use the town as a switch yard, mainly for freight.
So that's it.
So that's what?
That's why Red Dog became so important all of a sudden. I understand Peter Arnold filed a homestead on Red Dog, and it belongs to him.
Well, there's some doubt about that. It seems that two parties filed. One of them, Ned Croton. And I'm here to find the legal owner.
Ned Croton, huh? Say, he's that lawyer who used to practice around here.
Yep, and he was disbarred after that fake mining deal he pulled. Let's take a ride out to Red Dog and see what this is all about.
You better come along with us, Mr. Parrish.
Howdy, Sheriff. Going hunting?
Yeah, for the outlaw that ambushed Peter Arnold. You know anything about it?
Me? Not a thing. Might as well come in instead if you're going to ask questions.
Mind if I come along?
Not at all. The more the merrier. Well, it's not very comfortable, but this is the way I found it.
Some rattlers ripped up all the improvements in here.
What improvements?
Well, I was in here yesterday, and this office is as neat as a pin.
Probably the same man that ambushed Arnold.
I'm afraid I don't know what you two are talking about.
What are you doing here anyway, Croton?
I'm in possession of this property. I filed a claim on it.
Now, wait a minute. I happen to know that Peter Arnold filed a claim here.
He did?
Well, either he filed too late or
he didn't comply with the law.
What law?
The law that says you must improve your property $100 a year. You can see for yourself, this place hasn't been improved 5 cents worth.
It was improved when I saw it.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe I'm talking about claim jumping.
Now, wait a minute, Roy. You can't call me a claim jumper. What I'm doing is according to the law. And let me remind you that possession in a claim decision is 9 points of that law. I'm afraid he's right. However, the railroad company is not going to get mixed up in this until it's settled legally. It'll be settled legally as soon as I put in my $100 worth of improvements. Let's take a look at the place. Hasn't been a thing done here in years. Falling apart with dry rot.
Looks like he's got us stymied, Roy. This is a matter for the court to decide. Let's go.
This is my property, Rogers, and I'm inviting you to leave. You heard me. Get out.
It's a funny thing, Croton. You said this place was falling apart with dry rot. Doesn't look like dry rot to me. I believe somebody deliberately busted these things up.
You're too nosy for your own good, Rogers. Now, are you going, or do I throw you out?
Well, what kept you?
A little private business with Croton.
I'm afraid he's got us, Roy. It's up to the court. You heard what Parrish said.
I guess I wasn't listening.
What happened to you? Looks like you got mixed up with a buzzsaw.
Just a little argument with Rogers. But he didn't gain anything legally.
Yeah? Well, what if he and the others swear that this property was improved?
I got a hunch Rogers and that old mining engineer won't get a chance to testify. Come on, let's go to town.
Howdy. What can I do for you?
You can tell me where Peter Arnold is.
Why?
I've got business with him.
Maybe he doesn't want to do any business with you.
That'll be for me to decide. Now, where is he?
I don't know.
Oh, stop fooling. Let's get around.
If that dog moves, shoot him.
You're not going to shoot anybody. Pull it. Get Roy.
I wouldn't do that. You better come with us.
Are you still stewing about Croton and his claim jumping?
I'm more than stewing. Hi, Bullet. What's up, fella? What's the matter? Hey, Pat, something's wrong.
Dale! Well, Dale! Oh, hi, Betty. Have you seen Dale?
Why, no, she was here a moment ago.
Well, that's funny. Say, I'd say Dale's in trouble. Where's your father?
He's upstairs taking a nap.
Pat, you better stay here and look after Betty and her father. This might be a trick of some kind. Bullet and I'll see if we can find Dale. Come on, Bullet.
You're in good hands now, Betty.
Go find Dale, Bullet.
You reckon he'll show up? He's bound to. You heard her tell the dog to go fetch him. If I know Rogers, he won't wait for a posse.
That'll suit us just fine.
Here he comes. Get ready.
You'll never get that chance, Mr. Croton.
Keep your eye on Rogers. I don't know where he is. He just out of sight.
And spread out. We've got to find him.
Let's go before that wolf tears us apart.
Roy! Bullet, come here, boy. Come here. Untie me.
It's a good thing you got hit with the wrong end of that gun.
As far as I'm concerned, they're both wrong ends.
Now, if that had happened to me, it would have busted these gun handles. Why, my old man used to say you could crack walnuts on my skull.
And I believe it.
Sure. Speaking of walnuts, Miss Betty, do you suppose you could pick out the shell that has the black-eyed pea under it?
Pat, not that again.
Put those things away, Pat. We've got work to do. You and I are riding out to Red Dog.
Well, I'm going with you. I have a score to settle, too.
Well, my arm doesn't feel so bad. I'll go along.
You're going to stay here.
Oh, okay. But I'll give you a tip that might prove useful to you. There's a back way leading up into that city hall. It's the shaft of an old mine.
This must be it. There's the ladder. I'll go up first.
Scared to death of a dog.
Yeah? What are you blaming me for? Beans again? Is that all you got to eat around here? You don't like it? Fix your own grub.
Now, wait a minute. There's no sense us fighting. As soon as the court gives us legal possession, we'll sell out to the railroad and get out of here. We won't have to eat beans anymore.
That sounds good to me.
Well, I'll tell you how it sounds to me after I hear the court's decision.
Listen, I know my law. And the longer we stay here, the easier it'll be to claim possession.
All right, get him up. You won't be in possession long.
Stay right where you are, Mr. Croton.
On your feet.
Hey, Roy, Dale, look. I know what his alibi in court will be. He'll say he was framed.
Mr. Croton, you're going to have a chance to use all the law you ever knew. Get going.
And I want to say that I shall accept my responsibilities as mayor of this fair community seriously and earnestly. And I will give this town the type of government it is entitled to. First of all, I shall institute a police force second to none.
Friend, here's a little game of exercise and perception. The hand is quicker than the eye. Now, the idea is for you to pick the shell that has the black-eyed pea under it. Now, watch closely. I done it! I finally done it!
Seems as though something's missing, Aloysius.
What some people won't do to win a bet.
Are you insinuating that I didn't use a black-eyed pea in this game? Why?
Well, here it is, Mr. Beatty. Thank you, Betty. I guess that'll put an end to Pat's gambling for a while.
Maybe you'd better see that we don't have black-eyed peas on the menu anymore.
Yeah.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Happy trails to you till we meet again.
We would like to thank you for joining us for the Roy Rogers Show.
We appreciate you. If you enjoyed the Roy Rogers Show, starring Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, subscribe to our channel because we aim to bring you lots of fantastic free westerns.
Happy trails, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.